scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On second down, Trubisky. And right with it here over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Now a carry for the change of pace back, the rookie Tariq Cohen. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their now 3rd-year QB, the #1 overall pick back in 2015 from Florida State. It's Jameis Winston.
As a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, it perfectly fits that he's their starting quarterback because of his swashbuckling style of play. This is a guy who lets it all hang out, leads by example, emotional type of leader that people tend to follow and gravitate towards, knows how to make big plays by keeping plays alive and extending them.
Now Martin gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. And a peek now at the offense for Tampa Bay.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers continue to improve on offense. Their ranks in 2016 will put them about the middle of the NFL, but they're starting to create a nice identity. A young and growing offensive line led by a quarterback, Jameis Winston, who's truly a playmaker, especially when he throws the ball deep to Mike Evans.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Working out of the gun, Winston. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Pernell McPhee. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. So a first-quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind, he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them, maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 3rd down, Winston. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Trust me, Brandon, I'm not about to try and take your job. I can't do what you do. But that wasn't just 3 and out. That felt like 3 and backwards.
That's exactly what it was. You can have my job whenever you want it. The drive that you're looking for, though, probably going forward. Bad start to the ball game.
Yeah, not the way to get things going.
Now the 6-year man from Cal, Brian Anger, on to kick. Deontay Thompson deep for Chicago. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bears take over. Onto the field now come the Bears. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Green 39.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
As I was preparing for this game and reflecting back on last season, I was pleasantly surprised to see the numbers that Chicago posted on offense in 2016. Number 17 in rushing, number 14 in passing, number 15 in total offense. And they did all that with unsettled quarterback play. They expect to get a jump in this area and continue to feed the ball to Jordan Howard, who had an exceptional rookie year as a runner.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Trubisky draw play, gives to Howard, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Another nice run there by Jordan Howard. And when we talk about fresh legs, how about 2016? Jordan Howard, the number 2 rookie rusher. Heck, the number 2 rusher in the NFL behind another rookie, Ezekiel Elliott.
In the first 3 weeks of the season, he only had 12 carries, so once week 4 hit, really found his groove. So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Here we go. Green 39.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Throw left side complete. It's right. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I like that about Trubisky. Has some calm in the pocket, some good presence, despite the fact only 13 starts in his college career and an entirely different style of offense. Remember, he played that spread stuff while at North Carolina.
Trubisky with a give to Howard. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The starting 11 defensively for Tampa Bay.
Brendan Hargraves was drafted out of Florida to be a starting corner by Tampa Bay, and they believe not in just his physical abilities, but also his confidence, and that proved to be true in his rookie year. Didn't give up much space to some of the elite wide receivers in the NFL, made plenty of plays on the football downfield, and showed the ability to recover if ever beaten on a route.
They go play action. Trubisky. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Here we go.
Out out of the gun. Trubisky. Got him, and it's right. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On first down, Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still second down.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. This is Howard on second down. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. So we've got a challenge forthcoming here. And new this year, the ref will no longer go to a monitor on the sideline. He'll have a tablet brought out directly to him on the field.
Yeah, and that should move things along a little bit quicker. He doesn't have to run all the way over, go under the hood as he used to, and come out and render a decision. Talk directly with New York, looking at the tablet, and reach a final call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Roberto Aguayo now to try to tack on 3. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And Aguayo able to knock it through. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
Roberto Aguayo following the made field goal, set now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Goes underneath to Martin. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
before they can get settled in here. Time expires on the first quarter of action. 3-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, that was a Deshaun Jackson special, wasn't it? Deep downfield for a big play. But truthfully, if he catches it short, he can turn it into a long gainer, can't he?
Just such a big play receiver last year. 17.9 yards per catch, and that was tied for the league lead.
He's going to open up the offense in a big way in Tampa.
First down, here's the run with Martin. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. He's going to let this go. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And now running right through it. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A reminder, coming up tonight, Green Bay visits Atlanta. All sorts of storylines there. A playoff rematch, also the opening of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then on Monday night, the Giants host the Lions.
So the Giants play on Sunday night and Monday night to open the season.
Yeah, 2 under the lights.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. So from the 40 to the 45, 5-yard run. 5 yards there, and remember Howard last year, 5.2 yards per rush, so right around his average. The only Bears running back that's averaged that many yards per carry in a single season, Walter Payton.
And if Jordan Howard can keep up that type of pace, the city of Chicago will surely embrace him.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And hauled in by the tight end Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Let's go. Green 39.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And that's complete. It's Sims. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing here, Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So out come the Bucs now. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
For young quarterbacks, having that primary target's a big deal, and Mike Evans serves as that for Jameis Winston. Evans led the league in targets in 2016.
Went after him a ton. He also was 6th in catches, 4th in yards, and tied for 2nd in touchdowns.
And played in his first Pro Bowl.
Winston gives to the tailback, Martin. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Again, it's Martin. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, we'll send you to Orlando and Larry Ridley as he'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. But no touchdowns. These guys need to give Larry some touchdowns to talk about.
Things are too easy for him right now back in the studio. Come on, guys. Help the man out. Give him something to talk about.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Jameis to throw it. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jonathan Bullard coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. This from 54 yards away. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was a crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
So now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. On second down, here's Trubisky. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down. The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19. This is Cohen. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears defense gearing up as they take the field. And the last time they were out there, they forced the field goal, and it was missed. And that's the reason right now, Charles, they have this 3-point lead.
And I'll guarantee you that they're greeting that offensive unit right now with a few well-spoken words about that last possession you just referenced. Oh, without a doubt. Oh, yeah, you're the guys that came out last time. You might have moved it a little bit, but, hey, you missed the field goal. What are you going to do now? So now, let's see if they can hold them again.
They better not talk too much, just +3 here. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still first down.
Now Winston. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it's second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now Jameis on second down. And it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion. And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look. 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way.
Ready. Blue ready.
And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 20. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They go with Howard to begin the drive. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Here we go now.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Interference. Defense.
So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And Aguayo's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you cross-state to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley, he's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both the Buccaneers and the Bears are not doing much on the ground, and it's easy to see why that would play into this low-scoring game. We'll have to see if either team gets it going on the ground in the second half. All right, let's roll the highlights. Buccaneers now on 3rd and 8. Defense will get to the quarterback here. This will go for a loss of 8. First and 10. McCoy's got the sack here. This ends up as a loss of 9. that's it for us. We'll go back now to Tampa for the start of the second half.
Okay, Larry, thank you. No touchdowns in our first half. What will we see in half number 2? Time to find out. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. We focus our attention on the Bears defense now. They don't want to change anything. They've got 0 points against them here, so I would imagine the halftime speech was do more of the same, right?
I think you're right, and it's where defensive coordinators have to walk that line of preparing for the adjustments you expect to come, but not taking away the aggressiveness you've already shown. And they've played so well, I think that's the speech. You nailed it. Just go out and do what you've been doing, and we'll adjust if we see anything different later.
To this point, they've been spectacular. The third quarter starts with a run by Martin. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. See if they stay on the ground for second down. To throw is Winston. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Winston with a give to Martin. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
2nd down, Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Bucs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, Winston. And this is caught by Jackson. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. A Buccaneer first. Winston finding his new target, Jackson.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the 1st down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the 1st down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Back to the ground, Martin. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 2nd down, Martin. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Jarrell Freeman in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Running with Howard. And he's brought down after a good gain. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. And he gets the carry, and he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. On the right side, this is Miller. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Play action. It's Trubisky. And this one is incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Don't know if we saw too much of that on the college tape. Trubisky using his legs to pick up the first.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
First and goal, Howard. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Second and goal from the 7. Off the toss, Cohen. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. This offense so far on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this is caught. It's White for a Bears touchdown. Kevin White, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he rifles one incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Jameis now on first down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Pernell McPhee in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. Winston now. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
The Bucs on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Winston. A dump off to Sims. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Winston now to throw on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Howard. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
O.J. Howard's career numbers at Alabama are not going to blow you away considering his talent. But the national championship game against Clemson, the one they won, oh, my God, yeah. What a night he had.
That's the game that I remember from his college career. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. The big reason, if not the biggest reason, they won that football game.
Here's Winston. He gets it to Humphries. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Winston and Humphries connecting there for a Tampa Bay first down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Ready,
They'll throw again. Winston. Caught. It's Huff. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
To the air again with Winston. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up second down. No, third down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
The Bucs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. Martin. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. A gain of 4 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
And when you think about the history of Buccaneer football, it used to be Mike Allstott in short yardage situations. Now it's Doug Martin, and he gets those legs churning here, and they'll wind up converting on 4th down.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Winston. This will be caught just inside the 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
The Bucs last year just 8 rushing touchdowns, tied for 2nd fewest in the NFL. They've got it 1st and goal now. Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
And this is back to a 5-point game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy. because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch.
They run with Howard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Again, it's Howard. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Trubisky to throw. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Shedding through the defense. And this is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Bears on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Trubisky. That's complete to Meredith. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. run. This is Cohen. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2.
All right, here we go.
Again, it's Cohen. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Bears on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Let's go. Back to Philly. Here we go. Detroit. Detroit. Leopard. Leopard.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 48. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Roberto Aguayo following the made field goal, set now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Chicago, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Tampa.